Something about animation channels on YouTube that is genuinely wholesome. So many talented creators sharing stories in one of the most creative and time-consuming ways possible. As somebody who has dipped my own toes into the world of animating, I sincerely have the utmost respect for most creators on this platform who make animations. There is one popular animator on this website who deserves no respect at all, however, regardless of how talented you may or may not think he is. Today, we will be going over the story of James Bear and how he had confessed to something so horrible it turned him from a beloved and well-respected creator to a monster in the eyes of his following. Hello and happy belated St. Patrick's Day. If you're watching this video, then you're definitely celebrating it wrong because this is not your lucky day. Today we're going over something that is by no means a lucky charm. So who is James Bear? I'm sure that most of you are probably wondering because I know that I, for one, had no idea who he was before all of this started. Fear not, dear viewer, I'm about to ruin your day. James Bear, otherwise known as Doodle Jam, is a YouTube animator around the age of 23 who has over 300,000 subscribers. His content was very comic-like and his videos were very short. One thing I've noticed is that his content resembles a huge similarity to Eddsworld, even making a cartoon called Jam World. Eddsworld has been a very popular webtoon or YouTube animation in the early to mid-2000s. This channel has over 3 million subscribers, but sadly the show's main creator, Ed Gold, passed away in 2012 due to cancer. The show still continues to current day, however, as it is kept alive by his dear friends. James Bear, or Doodle Jam's YouTube account, was created in 2013. Throughout the earlier days of his channel, you can see that James made several fan animations for the Eddsworld webtoons. From there, he began to create his own webtoon inspired by Eddsworld and called it, as I previously mentioned, Jam World. His channel grew in popularity over these fan videos and inspired webtoons, but unfortunately for James, however, Jam World or any of his other animations will not be what he is remembered for. This is gonna go from 1 to 100 really fast, so I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. He was exposed for smashing pelvises with his sister.
What the f is going on in here on this day?
A Twitter account that goes by the name of Lalo Does Art posted a tweet sharing a link to a 182-page Google document. A 182-page Google document! This video was originally going to be me reading the entire Google document. What I'm going to show you today is going to take up about a half hour in this video. So if I read the entire Google document, it would be around 5 hours long. Nobody wants to sit here for 5 hours listening to a Google document, especially a Google document that has literally nothing but fluff, all to say that James Bear slept with his sister. The grammar and spelling is so frequently bad that it becomes extremely distracting. The writer has narrated every single detail, making the entire document redundant, and a lot of this is also very personal drama between him and James, thus making it almost impossible for anybody to coherently read or stay interested in this entire 182-page document. What I'm going to do today is go over the first 17 pages because that shows the gist of what you need to know to understand this entire story without you having to read it yourself. The truth about James Bear. Hello. For a year, since 15th July 2016, I have been waiting for so long to share my side of the story because I didn't know when or how to explain it. I'd just been keeping it in my head for so long. How am I going to tell everyone my side of the story? Well, now, this is my chance. For the first time ever, you get to read my side of the story of what happened between me and James. I screenshotted the Twitter chat in October 2016. I've been saving them for a long time now, and I can finally show them to you. So, get ready to read The Truth About James Bear. Contents: Page 1, The Truth About James Bear. Page 2 to 67, Twitter chat. Page 68 to 97, Skype chat. Page 98 to 130, Girls. Page 131 to 151, Fish. Page 152 to 164, Never Finished Projects. Page 165 to 171, James Animation with Clarissa. Page 172 to 173, Skype call. Page 174 to 179, James Attacked My Friend. Page 180 to 180, 182 final. Now, I'm not going to give too much commentary throughout this entire document because we have a lot to read, but I will say right off the bat that I think there is a lot of fluff in this, and I think this could have definitely been short. Maybe this could have been a rough draft, and then they could have went back in and shortened a lot of this. One last thing I will say is I apologize for the fuzziness of the screenshots. I was trying to look everywhere to find a clearer version of these screenshots from this document specifically, but this is all that I can find. Hey, hello, how are you? Good, you? Meh, animating and drawing. You? I'm fine. On February 11th, 2016, James Bear messaged me on Twitter. He was really depressed at the time, and I thought he had messaged me because he needed help and wanted me to cheer him up for his depression. Of course I wanted to help him. I always wanted to help out and making sure that everyone will be happy and okay. So I thought maybe I should help him out and just talk to him since he's sad and lonely. But I was wrong. James didn't message me for 11 days and a month. I thought he either recovering or maybe he just needed a break from Twitter. So he messaged me, which surprised me, and then start telling me that you have someone you love. I reply with a question because I wasn't sure, and he just simply reply, "You should know." And this was when the James is jealous of me and Clarissa started. Remember when I was jealous that James and Clarissa are dating? Well, he is doing exactly the same thing, but yet no one attacked him for this. I was worried that he was jealous, and I wasn't aware that he was talking to Clarissa. After the message about how I'm lucky and how his life sucks, he just simply replied with a sad emoji. Trust me, you will see lots of those sad emoji because he uses it all the time whenever he's sad. Claire? I'm talking about her. Never mind, you're lucky. I just suck at life. You said you had a rough day? Well, at least someone you love could at least cheer you up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you jealous or upset? Or do you have feelings for Clarissa? I didn't know. You was talking about her? No, never mind. Having another day. And I don't know how to feel anymore. Oh, look, it takes time to get a girlfriend. Don't worry, you got friends like me. ... sad emoji. I've been trying for a long time. Trying what? James, relationships can't happen like poof. It takes time to find someone. You're only 16 and you still got a life ahead of you to look for someone. I know, a lot of people told me that. I'm not stupid. I tried so much. I felt sorry for him because I know how it feels to be single and also wanted to be with someone you love. I was lucky to be with Clarissa. I told him that it takes time to get a girlfriend and you got friends. And then he just simply replies with ... 2 different sad emojis and a text message. Normally you would reply with thanks friend, but nope, he didn't because he's really jealous that I'm with Clarissa and he's not. And he is not grateful with a friend helping him out. And what I reply after that ungrateful was relationships doesn't just poof dating. It takes time to find that special someone, and that's what I did until James ruined it, of course. And also, he was only 16 years old, so of course he wouldn't find a girlfriend straight away. I remember I got rejected for asking my crush in real life, and that made me sad. But I moved on and I found someone I love. Again, James ruined it. He replies with another say sad message and saying, I tried so much. Well, mate, keep trying and don't give up. I know, a lot of people told me that. I'm not stupid. I tried so much. Sad face. And Claire? I don't know. I know you two don't like me. I think. Wait, what? No, we like you. Why? Because you're our friend. I know you don't like me, sad emoji, I think. Notice he's trying to make us think me and Clarissa don't like him. I told him that we both like him and that we are his friend. Like James, be happy you got friends. And also they're trying to help you. My crush, Toxic Soul 77, is gonna voice her in season 2 episode 5. Meh. I asked her and well, I told her she has a beautiful voice after listening to her audio. I nearly cried and she blushed. Yee. And she's Mag Senpai new LOL. We both live in Canada and we're born the first week of July. I'm born on the 6th and she's born on the 7th. Yee LOL. She calls me cute and adorable. On March 28th, 2016, he told me about his crush, Toxic Soul 77, and she was going to voice a genderbed James in Season 2, Episode 5 of Jam World. Never was released. And he even admitted that he thought her voice was beautiful and he cried. Oh, when he called her Mag Senpai. I was really happy for him that he got a crush on someone and I wanted to help him. They both live in Canada and both have the same birthday week, and I thought that would be so perfect for him and that would allow him to be happy with someone. I love your drawing. Heh, thanks. I made for her randomly though. She's my crush since January, so Spitstrink, dude, congrat. Yee. I even told him that I love his drawing of Toxic, and I was hoping that that would cheer him up. He told me he had a crush on Toxic since January of 2016, and again, I was really happy for him and wanted to help him out with dating Toxic. But I don't know, I'm just getting a negative feeling. I have that feeling before. Well, I feel like Michaela doesn't like me, cause I know her fanboys likes her. And about that whole Claire thing before, I really liked Claire before. I didn't know at first that you were dating her. I was hurt while she told me. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Firstly, fanboys, that's just the fan. Don't worry, you could still talk to her. Secondly, I'm really sorry to hear about the Clarissa thing. It's okay, it's not like anyone likes me anyways. I deserve this for the things that I did, and Claire is lucky. Once again, James starts being negative again, and I have to help him again through his depression. He's now sad that he thinks Michaela, Toxic Soul's real name, doesn't like him, and thinking that her fanboys like her. Yet again, he mentions Clarissa, and he got jealous that me and Clarissa are dating. Like, James, shut up and move on. If Toxic doesn't like you and Clarissa is taken, move on, kid. Move on. I even said I feel sorry for him, and I shouldn't have to apologize for hearing about him being sad over Clarissa because he should have shut up and move on. It's okay, it's not like anyone likes me anyways. I deserve this for the things that I did. And Claire is lucky. You are too. No, sir, you don't deserve this. Listen, finding love isn't easy and actually is quite hard, so take the time to find that special someone. And also, James, lots of people like you. Your art is amazing and cute, and also you are really nice. I know love isn't easy. I'll just stab my loving heart and stop loving and be mean. It feels like Michaela doesn't like me. No, don't stab your loving heart and don't be mean. How do you know Michaela doesn't like you? Have you asked her? So he replies with, it's not like anyone likes me anyways, and I deserve this for the things I did, sad face, and Claire is lucky and you too, sad face again. First off, of course anyone likes James. He's got family and friends, so shut up about that. Secondly, of course me and Clarissa are lucky. He should just move on and stop complaining about everything. I told him that love isn't easy because it took me years to find love, and I told him positive things like lots of people like him and how I like his art. For some reason, James said that he's going to stab his loving heart and stop loving and be mean. Well, James, you'll never find love if you're going to be like that. And also he repeated himself saying, it feels like Michaela doesn't like me. Dude, you haven't even tried to talk to her, so stop whining and do something about it. I told him to ask her to double check if she hated him or not. Well, back in February, I told her how I really feel, and she said she liked me as a friend. And her friend told me last month she isn't into a relationship at the moment. And I still love her, but I'm slowly starting to learn that she thinks I'm annoying, I bet. But then again, she's in grade 12 and she could be very busy. Oh wait, I thought she was going out with animated James. No, they broke up 3 months ago. Oh, I didn't know about that. Where did you hear that? I don't know, but A, I sorta known, and B, her friend told me. Oh, why would any girl like me? Because you are talented, amazing at drawing, kind, and really cool. Yeah, right, I'm just annoying. I even spam her at times to message her, but yeah. Don't put yourself down. Listen, finding love takes time to find someone. Took me years and years to find someone. But I really like Michaela though. I know. Well, I'm fine. Hey James, how are you? If you ever need to chat, you can always chat to me. Oh, are you okay? I don't know. Sad face. You can't help me. Why can't I help you? Because you have someone that you love and you should help that person. I think I hurt Claire's feelings. What? No, you haven't. She's just been watching Toxic stream last night, and also she has a test today. I can help you as well. I don't know. Well, what can I do to help you? I don't know. I have no one. I don't care if you're gonna say, oh, you have us, we love you, but I'm always third wheeling. And Michaela, I don't know. F her. She doesn't respond to me anymore. I don't need love. Oh, sadly, I was gonna say you have us, we love you. So James told me that he'd been friend-zoned by Toxic, and also that her friend told him last month that she isn't into a relationship at the moment. But yet, James still loves her, and I don't think he shouldn't give up just because she isn't into a relationship because she, or her ex, broke up 3 months ago. James asked, why would any girl like me? And as always, I had to tell him the positive things about James so he could be happy for once in his life. He replies with, yeah right, I'm just annoying. No, you're not, James, but you are when you keep putting yourself down and giving up easily. I even spam her at times to message her. Well, I guess that's why she thinks you're annoying, James. I told him not to put himself down and he needs to take his time looking for love. And yes, you can tell he still has a crush on Toxic Soul with his reply, but I really like Michaela though. Well, don't give up then and keep trying to impress her and maybe ask her out again. I don't know, it's not my problem, James. So he didn't talk to me for 3 days and I asked him if he's okay, and then he replies with, you can't help me. Well, James, what do you think I've been doing since February 11th, 2016? If you think I can't help you, then get lost and find someone else to help you with your sad problem. I ask him, why can't I help you? And he replies with, insert 2 sad emoji, because you have someone you love and you shouldn't help that person. Oh geez, I wonder what he meant by someone you love. He can't possibly have been talking about Clarissa yet again because he wouldn't shut up about it. Geez, James, you know Clarissa is taken, so shut up and move on, kid. Then he added sad emoji again. I think I hurt Claire's feelings. I told him that she was watching Toxic stream and that she was doing a test. If he did hurt Clarissa's feelings, then get lost. Don't hurt her, you creep. So I told him that I would help them and he replies with, I don't know. How ungrateful when someone offers help to you. James rants again how I keep saying, we all love you. And also he said, Michaela. Wow, James, giving up already and you talk about her like that? No wonder she doesn't want to be with a whiny person who whines about everything. I don't need love, sad emoji again. Then shut up and stop complaining about how you wanted to be with Toxic or even Clarissa, which I told him so many times that she's taken. Learn to listen. Claire and Michaela are talented. They both have futures. Claire has a boyfriend. Michaela probably likes Scar. I'm useless. No, you're not. Don't give up. Just keep looking for someone. I haven't given up and I found Clarissa. Yeah, because you're like 19? I'm sorry. Yes, 19 years of finding someone. Don't be sorry. I know how it feels. And she's only 16? Dude, I need somebody that is my age or at least a year older. I know she is 16. Don't worry, you'll find someone. No, I won't. You have no clue on what I went through in my life. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm here for you. Nobody is here for me. I'm here. No, you can't help me. It's too late to help. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry about how I was, dude. I was just thinking negatively about me. Thanks for being there. You're welcome. Don't be sorry. Everyone can have negative thoughts about themselves sometimes. Sometimes it's best to let it out. He then says that Clarissa and Michaela are talented. Both have futures. Clarissa got a boyfriend. No shit, Sherlock. And Michaela likes Scar. I told him not to give up. He just needs to be looking for someone, and I didn't give up when I found Clarissa. Suddenly he mentions my age and Clarissa's age. And apologizes? What? And then he said, and she's only 16. Dude, I need someone that is my age or at least a year older. I wonder how much older. I will come back to that later, trust me. Yet again, I told him that he will find someone and he starts freaking out and crying with, no I won't, you have no clue on what I went through in my life. Insert sad emoji. And then he apologizes. Well, how am I supposed to know that if you never told me? He did, and I will show you that later. He then says, nobody is here for me. Well, if that's true, I wouldn't have been talking to you, James. So I told him that I'm here, and he replies with, no, you can't help me. It's too late to help. So for some reason, I apologize, which I shouldn't have, but he did apologize, and he was being negative since day one. Thanks. I wish I was you, though. I mean, you got good stuff, and a pretty girlfriend. I wish I had that stuff. Well, listen, I used to be like you, not having a girlfriend, not having good stuff. I just waited, and it happened. By the way, pretty girlfriend, all thank you. It's so true. She's beautiful. Please don't rub it in my face. Sorry, James. And you're only 19, and she's 16, and Michaela doesn't even like me anyways. I shouldn't find love, but I just need someone who can give me emotional support, because I can be sad at times, and I have breakdowns. Aw, James, listen, you will find someone. It took me years and years to find someone. I have felt depressed too. Meh. I don't know. Don't worry. Yet again, he mentions that he wishes he was me and also getting upset that I got the good stuff and a pretty girlfriend, and he wishes he got that stuff. Like, dude, just stop getting jealous and focus on yourself. You try and get the good stuff. You try and have a pretty girlfriend. So I reply with how I was like him, with no girlfriend and not having good stuff, and even told him that Clarissa is beautiful. Then he told me, please don't rub it in my face, just like you rubbing in my face about your depression and you wouldn't shut up about not having a girlfriend. Again, he freaks out about our age and needs someone who can give him emotional support. Dude, support yourself and get over your dramatic depression. I've been helping you since February. Like, come on, James. He even said that I shouldn't find love. Then why the hell are you trying to be with Toxic or Clarissa? And also, why do you keep saying shit like, I wish I could be with her? Just move on. Thanks. Yeah, lucky you and Claire are dating. I know I complain about it, but like, you know, not complain, talk about it. Sighs. Sorry. Don't worry, it's fine. I love talking to you, and your art always impresses me and Clarissa, smiley face. Sighs sadly. But for some reason, I have a thing. Never mind. Just tell me, pat your head. You can tell me about anything. Don't worry, James. I have a thing for Clarissa. Looks down. Aw, James. Pat, don't worry. You can still talk to her and even draw her. What? Well, it doesn't have to be like that way. You can draw Clarissa or her OC. Her drawing is so cute. Maybe I'll draw her and draw her naked. Just kidding, I'm sorry. And so he repeats himself with, lucky you and Claire are dating. I'm not joking. He keeps saying this over and over again. I get it. I'm lucky me and Clarissa were dating. I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. You can tell James is trying to make me feel sorry, but honestly, it was annoying. I wish I had screenshotted it and showed it to Clarissa, but I didn't want to upset her and also upset James. So I had to act like I care, which I don't care, and told him that his art impresses me and Clarissa. Sighs sadly. What is this? A roleplay thing? So then he roleplays, but for some reason I have a thing. Never mind. Then I knew it was Clarissa because then he responds, look down. Are you kidding me? I knew that because he wouldn't stop talking about her. I wish I told Clarissa about this. I knew he was trying his poor best to try and date her. Damn it, James. Stop trying. So James asks me how he can impress Clarissa, and I told him that he could draw her or OC. Then he responds, I'll draw her, random face thing, and draw her naked, random emoji. I know he told me it's a joke and also he apologized, but why would you say that in front of Clarissa's boyfriend? I would have blocked him straight away, but guess what? I didn't because I was too nice and I didn't want to upset Clarissa. It did make me sick reading that, and I can't believe he wanted to do that. Damn it, James. That's something you should never say to someone who is dating her. True, James, smiley face. And I really don't think I'm a good friend. I mean, for Pete's sake, I like your girlfriend, and I'm under a lot of shit in my life. When I first met her, she made me feel so happy until she told me that you and her were dating. Frankly, I've been sad for almost 2 years. I may be happy, but because I'm happy to be alive at times. Aw, James, that made me sad. You are a good friend to me. Listen, we're friends, and I'm here for you. If you ever need help or chat, you can always talk to me. I mean, I'm sorry, but thanks for calling me a good friend. Not many people call me that. Aw, James, you're welcome. Just so happy to be your friends. But Aaron, I told Claire a lot of things about my past. They were legit horrible. I don't think you can handle it. I'm 19. Don't worry, I can handle it. I'm here for you. Oh, well, I'm gonna type. This may take a while. So then later, James gets upset again, like, seriously? And then he thinks he's not a good friend, and also he wants a girlfriend. Then why did you say you don't want love before? Make up your mind, James. And also he's under a lot of shit in his life. Okay, so James mentions about one of his exes, and the relationship only lasted for 2 years. Good for you, James. He said that I may be happy, but because I'm happy to be alive at times. Of course you would be happy to be alive. I replied that the message made me sad. Not. And of course mention about being a good friend to him because it's the only way to cheer him up and so on. James apologizes and then says, thank you for calling him a good friend. Dude, it's not like I had to mention it every time you're sad. Then he sent me a message about how he told Clarissa about his past and he thinks I couldn't handle it. I'm older than you. Of course I can handle it. And then he told me it's going to take a while to type. And after he finished, what he has sent me is the most fucked up message I have ever read. Just read it for yourself. It all began in February 2013, when I began to get a little friend called depression. I didn't know at the time, and I did something terrible. I had sex with my sister, which at the time I was 13 and she was 9. If it makes you feel better, I'm suffering emotionally, and I did it because of depression. Someone told me that depression can't make you do things, and we've been doing it till, I'm gonna say, between 2015 and 16. I know it's still affecting me. In 2014, I got beat up outside in the cold winter night, and I got sick, and that sickness could have killed me. And 2015, I'd gotten sick again. But while I was sick, I cried myself to sleep, and I began to lose friends. My depression kept getting to me. My dad emotionally abused me too. And so, January 23rd, 2016, I began to feel like shit, and I nearly took my own life, but I didn't and went to sleep. My friend Alex, I told him that day that I should, and I forgot to tell him that I'm gonna go to sleep, got worried and phoned the RCMP, and they took me to the hospital, and they were checking on me to see if I was okay. But I was. So yeah, I'd gotten sick again, but I'm okay. So yeah, that's what happened. But don't tell anyone, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this message right here, I have been waiting to show you for a long time. This right here, it's what James did. No one knew about this. No one. Everyone thinks James is so perfect and he did nothing wrong. Well, this is the true James. This is what James did. So, read it. So I got this long message. I was speechless. What the hell is wrong with James? I didn't know he would be this messed up. I wasn't expecting to meet someone so cruel and fucked up. Let's just break it down. So on February 2013, he began to get a little friend called depression. Okay, James, everyone gets depressed. But what I read below is disgusting. I had with my sister, which at the time I was 13. She was 9. Did I read that correctly? Did I seriously just read that? But to make it worse, Clarissa herself read that as well. What the is wrong with you, James? Why would your 13-year-old self your sister? Like, James, what is wrong with you? What were you thinking? I know that's the first line of the sob story, but that. This is the most fucked up thing I've ever read in my life. Why would you say that to me? And why would you say that to Clarissa? That's not something you should say to your crush, you moron. You don't say that at all. No, better yet, you don't do that. It's common sense you don't have with your sister, especially at the age of 9. I can't believe someone would look at James and be like, oh, he's a cool dude. But what if I tell you his 9-year-old sister at the age of 13? 13-year-old. How the hell would you even do that? Like, James, you're so up. You're a horrible, cruel twat for doing that. If I hear that happening, I would beat the living shit out of you for doing that to your 9-year-old sister. Like, are you proud of yourself? Are you happy you did that? Do you think any girl would want to date someone who would their sister? Would anyone want to be your friend because you did that? This is exactly why you don't have any friends, and you suddenly message me to think I will make you feel better and then try and date Clarissa? Like, f off. I'm pretty sure Clarissa wouldn't want to date a sister. I would have blocked you as soon as I saw that message, but guess what? I didn't block you because I didn't want poor old James to message Clarissa and she get mad at me. I should have informed her about this so she could stay far away from you, James. You creepy f***ed up incest. I'm actually surprised now. James's sister didn't report him or even tell her parents or the police. If I found out he did that to her, I would get him adopted or anything so he doesn't anyone else. How dare you? How dare you do that? You should go to hell for doing that to your 9-year-old sister. You make me sick. I feel so sorry for Clarissa for reading that. Like, imagine if she read that. Why didn't she block you, James? I would have blocked you, but I just told you why. I can't get over what I just read, and even reading it again still makes me feel sick. So yeah, you only told me and Clarissa. Well, guess what? Now everyone will read that message and realize the true you, James. Anyway, I know that was just one sob story, but let's continue, shall we? If it makes you feel better, I'm suffering emotionally. Good! You deserve it after what you did to your poor sister. I know you feel so bad, and you shouldn't have done that in the first place. No, wait, you shouldn't think about doing that, you creep. And I did it because of depression. Really? That's your excuse? That's the reason you think it's okay to have with your 9-year-old sister at the age of 13? Dude, think for once. You don't need to do that. And now you think your poor depression did it? Off, James. And we've been doing it till, I'm gonna say, till between 2015 and 2016? Wait. You mean to tell me you have been having with your sister from February 2013 to 2015 and 2016? Wow, just wow. Why would you do that? Why did you keep doing it? You done it, but why would you keep doing it when you knew it's disgusting and messed up? Like, what is wrong with you? You sick, twisted fuck. No wonder everyone hates you so much because you, James, your sister for 4 years. 4 years, James, of his sister. Like, I can't even believe that. I should have blocked this and warned Clarissa about you, James Bear. In 2014, I got beat up outside a cold winter night, and I got sick, and that sickness could have killed me. I do feel sorry about you getting beat up outside on a cold winter night, but after reading about you having with your 9-year-old sister in 2013, I don't give a shit. Probably karma for you, buddy. And in 2015, I gotten sick again, but while I was sick, I cried myself to sleep and I began to lose friends. Again, karma. Also, I wonder why you've been losing your friends. You never told me or explained, so that doesn't help. My dad emotionally abused me too. If your dad found out about you being your sister since February 2013, I don't blame him for doing that to you. Honestly, you deserve it after what you did to her, you up creep. January 23rd, 2016, I began to feel like and nearly took my own life, but I didn't and went to sleep. Okay, you didn't end your life, good for you. Now try to be happy for once and stop complaining and whining about everything. My friend Alex got worried and phoned the RCMP and they took me to the hospital. So what is up with you saying I got no one or I don't have friends? Bullshit. You do have a caring friend called Alex, so why don't you focus on hanging out with your friend Alex instead of being sad and complaining how you are so lonely? Oh wait, you can't. You just keep whining to me as always. I'd gotten sick again. Well, stay in the hospital then. Stay there till you get better. But I'm okay. Good for you. That's what happened. But don't tell anyone, by the way. Insert 2 sad emojis and 1 blushing emoji. I know. I keep that promise not to tell anyone, but after what you have done to me and how you treat me like it's about time I show everyone this sob story and let everyone know the truth about you. That includes Clarissa as well. Oh, and don't tell anybody, by the way. Oh, James, you will regret what you did to me. Phew! Finally explained about that sob story and James having with his 13-year-old sister from February 2013 to 2015 or 16. So yeah, that was, a lot. In September of 2020, another person made a DeviantArt post about James doing this back when he had 143,000 subscribers. So this guy doubled his following after all of this came out? My guess is that the first time this all came out, it didn't get a lot of attention. Now, before we get into the full story here, I do want to make a little side note, put a little pin in this, just in case anything else comes out in the future. Despite how reprehensible James Bear is, which, by the way, he's very reprehensible for what he's done. The person who wrote this Google document gives me really weird vibes. I don't know if I trust that the only reason he didn't come out and share this story 5 years ago was because he didn't want to upset his girlfriend at the time. Especially when you read this response, which says, "Oh, well, you've changed as a person, you're better now."
Oh my god, I'm speechless. Sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry, please don't be mad. Dude, I will never get mad, especially not at my friends. I totally understand. I'm sorry I'm not a good person. Oh really? What you need to know is that was in the past. Move on. Think of today. I'm here talking to you because you are my friend. Oh, but what did you think about it? Really depressing. However, you have changed. Sighs. I just wish I had a girlfriend. Hug. Don't worry, you will have one. Yeah, but I want someone that is my age. Uwu. Holds my head. Aw, James. Pats your head. What? You will find someone. I believe in you. But I like Claire, but ugh, I wish I hadn't had emotions. Holy I hate myself. I know you like Clarissa. Damn, James. I feel so sorry for you. It's my fault. I know I shouldn't have talked to her. But oh, shy stupid me. Has to be shy. Ugh, I'm sorry.
Let's take a look at a different person's response to the same story and see their reaction compared to this. It wasn't
though. What was it then? Because obviously it was something big to the point where it can get you in jail. We both had sex, and I regret doing that. It emotionally brings me down when I have just bringing it up. How would you go to jail for that? I mean, yeah, it's but at the same time, it sounds like it was forceful. It wasn't, because we both wanted to do it, but I'm ashamed for what I did. I might have made some things up because of how scared I was because of that person spreading this bullshit. But I didn't make things up when I say this. After we did that, it actually brings me down to see people bullying her, and it feels like it's my fault. They obviously don't know, but I feel bad. I feel bad so much for my sister, even if it's awkward to even look at her. I just let it slide, and when that immature brings it up, I get so furious and scared. I know that long ago, Jack. I'm in the wrong. James, you had with your sister. I had so many assholes telling me that. Yeah, I did, but I felt bad. I felt ashamed as well. Then why did you do it in the first place? You knew it was wrong, then why did you do it? It doesn't make a difference. It happened. Things don't just disappear. That's like saying the sexual harassment that happened to me in the past no longer matters. It stays forever, dude. You gotta live with it for the rest of your life. Okay, look, it was in the past, and I learned from that, and I realized that it was wrong, and me and my sister made up, and we still love each other. I would really appreciate if you don't bring this up ever, because what happened in the past stays in the past. And yeah, it'll stay with me forever, but I have to move on and to accept on what I did was wrong. Living with the past isn't going to get me anywhere. What matters now is what I do and for the people I care about. So again, I'd appreciate it if you don't bring this up. What I did stays private, and if I ever catch you saying this or somewhat, I'll have to cut off communications with you from everything.
Now, I'm not trying to say that this person wasn't shocked or disgusted by this or was okay with this. I'm just saying the tone between then and now is really, really different, and it just seems off to me. Now, here's the thing. In most circumstances, I say that kids do stupid stuff all the time. Kids and teenagers will say and do stupid things. They're easily manipulated, especially by older people. And when most people look back and have regrets, a lot of times it happens to be when they were teenagers. Okay, kids are assholes. But this goes well beyond the levels. Oh, God. I can't, I'm speechless. Okay, listen. I can't speak for anybody else out there, but I know personally that at the age of 13, I would have known that this was wrong. At that age, you're hitting puberty, you're starting to understand, what this type of stuff is, especially when you get to the age of 15 or 16, which apparently, allegedly, this person, James, continued to do until he was 15 or 16. But for a 9-year-old, I don't know about anybody else out there, but I personally don't believe that a 9-year-old would have as much of an understanding as a 13-year-old would regarding all of this. I don't believe that your 9-year-old sister would have fully understood what you were doing to her. Therefore, absolutely, would this not fall under the guise of consent? Like you keep repeating, it was consensual, it was consensual. No, it wasn't consensual. No, absolutely not. That's disgusting. His little sister probably looked up to him and trusted what he was doing because that's her big brother. He's her family member, an older family member who is even at the age of 13 would still have more responsibilities than she did at 9. And then to allegedly continue this for 3 years? So that way by the time his little sister becomes the age that he was when all of this first started, her entire idea of what's right and wrong is probably distorted and corrupted. Meanwhile, you're telling people how bad you felt for doing it. If this continued for 3 years, at what point did that remorse begin? Was it after every time you've done it? Was it years later? It doesn't add up either way because you seem to be more depressed about not having a girlfriend than you are about what happened, making yourself sound like the victim for being beaten up and ridiculed for what you did. What about your poor sister? I'm sure she had gone through plenty of trauma due to all of this at such a critical age for mental and physical development. There's something deeply disturbing and wrong with this person. Now in previous videos, you've probably heard me say, if someone says something 5, 10, or even 15 years ago, we should evaluate if they have changed or if they have continued this pattern of behavior over the course of all of these years. Situations like this are an exception. I don't care if you were 13. I don't care if this was a decade ago. You're
sister. As for James, get a therapist to talk about your problems with, but also seek extensive help for whatever in your brain makes you think that doing something like this is okay enough to just say, it's in the past, I have to move on. This wasn't an insult you threw at somebody. This wasn't some kind of accident. This wasn't a misunderstanding you had when you were a kid. What you did is something you should have been sent away for. In fact, there is a legal website that shows the statistics of child-on-child sex crimes, but it also shares that if the minor who commits this crime is 14 and the victim is younger than that, the juvenile offender could face felony charges. In worst case scenario, they could be prosecuted as an adult in court. Now, this is American law. I don't know if there are similar laws in Canada, which is where I think this person's from, but in my opinion, this dude should definitely be in jail. Sorry, I don't care about this person should be canceled, take down their YouTube. No, go to jail. You should be in jail or an institution that gives you round-the-clock 24/7 psychological supervision.
So James responded to this 182-page Google document in a short Twitter thread.
My response for the fifth and final time. First of all, I would like to apologize to those who are upset and disgusted by some of the claims that are being thrown at me by what appears to be a premeditated attack on me as a person. Second, I'm ashamed for what occurred in my past, and I'm working towards being a better human being. However, the claim of me being a pedophile, racist, and is not true. The amount of harassment and threats that I have been receiving because of this is astronomical. Third, about my past. As much as it pains me to confront it, my past was never meant to be public knowledge and was leaked 5 years ago by a person who hated my guts for ridiculous reasons, which is why that document exists. It was a childish attempt on trying to make me break up with somebody they liked and wanted back. As time went on, and after dealing with this situation on multiple occasions within the last 5 years of my life, I'm being labeled as a monster yet again, and I'm forced to respond to these people. My past, again, was never meant for anyone to hear, and was a sick, twisted ploy to make me look bad, when really these people, and including you reading this, don't know my full story. You don't know my personal life, you don't know me personally, and you will never get to know, because I don't need to tell you. I don't owe you any more attention because I'm trying to be a better human being each passing day, and again, those who have ill will against me, I'm sorry. I'm flawed just like everyone else. I don't know about everyone else, but okay. This will be my fifth and final response to all of this. I'm tired of having to deal with it once again, and I want to move on with my life.
This time, he doesn't mention or admit to doing anything with his sister. In fact, he doesn't even mention his sister at all. Yet, in a previous response that has been deleted and archived, he said this.
With what's being brought up about me, I have to admit about the sister thing. It did happen, but only once, when we were just kids and it was consensual. Anything else about me being a or on minors is not true whatsoever. Those messages are over 4 years old to a 13-year-old while I was only 16 years old. Therefore, I was a minor myself. I made a mistake when I was a kid and I didn't know it was bad. But those mistakes I made back all those years ago don't define who I am today. I am a completely different person. I will be taking a break since threats and false accusations have taken a huge toll on Claire and I's mental health. So yeah, I just wanted to clear the air on that front.
To remind you, this was the text that he allegedly sent the person who made this Google document, talking about how he had done this up until he was 15 to 16 years old. For 3 years. We have a few conflicting stories here. To also add to this, we also have some statements made by alleged former friends of James.
I used to be friends with James for years. I'm in his old videos, and can confirm the allegations are true. He has self-admitted on many occasions, and if you dig deep enough, you can find a massive PDF or real messages he sent out on his old Twitter. It appears he has since taken back his claims, or at the very least avoids the situation. But seeing as his audience is growing, it's important to spread the word about this. Look into his old mutuals. They will all confirm the claims. Then again, his current audience doesn't seem to be the type to watch for his personality.
All I can say is that I genuinely hope that James's sister got some sort of help after this, be it therapy or counseling, because truly something like this can mess you up for the rest of your life. To end this video, I do apologize for not being able to go over the entire document with you today, but we did cover a lot, as you can obviously see if you've made it all the way to this point in the video, and I appreciate it if you did make it this far. Also, just a reminder, in my opinion, the person who wrote this document isn't the greatest either, at least from everything we have seen. It just feels like there's some sort of ulterior motive and that they aren't doing this for the right reasons, which you can argue doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, this is being brought to light regardless, but I just thought I'd add that in there. It is by no means anywhere nearly as bad as what James has done, but it is important for me to just address that and add that in there since this is an entire story we're covering here. God, the other thing too that just pisses me off is throughout this entire thing, every time he reflects back to the whole issue that happened, he follows up with, "I want a girlfriend, I'm sad. Oh, I'm gonna be alone. Oh, nobody likes me." Bro, what about your poor sister? Shut up, okay? After doing what you did, I don't care. Get a therapist to help out your issues, and get 24/7 round-the-clock psychological care so you know that you will never do something like this ever again to anybody else. And you should also be happy that you have the freedom to walk out your front door and be able to breathe in fresh air and walk down the street and see the light of day, because in my personal opinion, you should be in jail. You should be in a facility where you have no access to ever harm anybody ever again. And you should have been in jail since this happened 5 years ago. With that being said, thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of this video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below if you haven't thrown up already. Thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting me over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony Tressout, and Michelle. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully not as bad as this. If it is, I might self-lobotomize.